Number 10, YouTube Premium Revenue. Most people have no idea this exists. When someone pays for YouTube Premium, that service that removes ads, YouTube takes a slice of that subscription fee and hands it to creators. The more premium subscribers watch a channel, the more that channel earns. Basically passive money that shows up without the creator doing anything extra. The catch? It's usually one of the smallest income streams a YouTuber has. Think of it like finding loose change in your couch. It's real money, but nobody's buying a house with it. Still, for the biggest channels, those coins add up fast. Number 9, Super Chats and Super Thanks. Ever watched a live stream and seen someone's comment highlighted in a bright color with a dollar amount next to it? That's a super chat. Viewers pay real money to pin their message to the top of the chat during a live stream. The more they pay, the longer it stays visible. There's also Super Thanks, which works the same way, but on regular videos. A viewer tips the creator just to say they liked the video. It sounds almost too simple, but some creators pull in thousands of dollars during a single stream just from fans throwing money at the screen. Gaming channels, talk shows, reaction channels, they'll all cash in on this. It's like a digital tip jar, except the tips can be hundreds of dollars from one person. Number 8, channel memberships. This is where YouTube starts feeling less like a video platform and more like a business. Channel memberships let fans pay a monthly fee, usually between $2 and $25 to get exclusive perks. Custom badges next to their name, members only videos, early access, behind the scenes content. The creator decides what the perks are and the fans decide if it's worth paying for. The genius of memberships is that the income is predictable. Ad revenue can go up and down depending on the time of year, sponsorships can fall through, but memberships, they renew every single month like clockwork. A channel with 10,000 paying members at $5 each is making $50,000 a month before a single ad plays. That kind of stability changes everything. Number 7, licensing content. In 2012, a clip of a news reporter getting hit by a wave went viral. Within days, TV stations and media companies were paying to use that footage. The person who filmed it didn't plan any of it, but they walked away with a check. That's licensing. When a creator films something unique, a rare event, a funny moment, a stunning piece of footage, media companies, advertisers, and streaming platforms will pay to use it. The creator keeps ownership. They just rent out the rights to use it. Some creators build entire strategies around this. They film in places most cameras never go, capture moments most people miss, and then sell access to that footage over and over again. One viral clip can keep paying out for years. Number 6, selling services. YouTube is the world's biggest portfolio. A video editor who posts tutorials is showing every potential client exactly what they can do. A fitness coach who films workout videos is proving their knowledge every single week. A copywriter who posts marketing breakdowns is giving businesses a free sample of their thinking. The video content does the selling. The service is what gets paid for. This model works because trust is built slowly over time. Someone watches 10 videos, then 20, decides this creator genuinely knows what they're talking about, and then pays them to apply that knowledge directly to their business or their life. No cold emails, no awkward sales calls. The audience comes pre-convinced. Coaching, consulting, freelancing, design work, all of it can flow naturally from a YouTube channel if the content consistently delivers value. Most people think of YouTube as a place to post videos. The smart ones treat it as the world's most effective business card, one that works every single day without being asked. Number 5, driving traffic to other businesses. Some YouTubers barely care about what YouTube pays them directly. Their channel is simply a machine that sends people somewhere else. A real estate investor makes videos about buying property, and every viewer who clicks the link in the description lands on their agency's website. A chef films recipe videos and funnels viewers toward their cooking class platform. A finance creator breaks down budgeting and drives viewers straight to their paid newsletter. The YouTube channel costs them time. The business on the other end makes them money. The video is never really the product, it's the pathway to one. This is why niche matters more than size. A channel about a very specific topic attracts a very specific kind of viewer, and specific viewers are far easier to convert into paying customers than a general audience just looking for entertainment. Some of the most quietly successful people on YouTube have modest subscriber counts, but extremely targeted audiences that turn into real customers at a remarkable rate. They figured out something most people miss. 1,000 loyal viewers ready to buy is worth more than 1 million casual ones who just scroll past. Number 4, ad revenue from YouTube Partner Program. This is the one everyone knows. Post videos, get views, earn money from the ads that play before, during, and after the content. YouTube keeps 45% of the ad revenue. The creator gets the other 55%. Sounds simple, and it is until you look at the numbers. A channel in a cooking niche might earn $2 for every 1,000 views. A channel talking about investing or software might earn $25 for the same 1,000 views. Advertisers pay more to reach people likely to spend money on expensive things. This is called CPM, cost per 1,000 views, and it swings wildly depending on the topic the audience's country, and even the time of year. Ad revenue spikes in November and December because companies are pushing products before the holidays. It crashes in January when advertising budgets reset. Creators who rely entirely on ad revenue are basically at the mercy of forces completely outside their control, which is exactly why the smart ones never stop at just this. Number 3, sponsorships and brand deals. This is where the real money lives for most mid to large creators. A company pays a YouTuber to talk about their product inside a video, not an ad that plays before the video, an actual segment built into the content itself. The creator reads a script, shows the product, drops a discount code, and collects a flat fee. That fee has nothing to do with how many ads ran or how the algorithm performed that week. It's negotiated directly between the creator and the brand, which means the creator has real leverage over what they earn. A channel with 500,000 subscribers in the right niche can charge $10,000 or more for a single mention. Bigger channels charge significantly more. Some top creators earn 6 figures from a single video partnership. The reason brands keep coming back is simple. Viewers trust creators in a way they never trust traditional ads. When a creator says they use a product, a portion of the audience genuinely believes them. That trust is the real product being sold. And unlike ad revenue, sponsorship rates don't crater in January when advertising budgets reset. Number 2, affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is the quietest money machine on this list. A creator recommends a product, puts a special tracking link in the description, and earns a percentage of every sale that comes through that link. No upfront payment, no negotiation, no waiting on a brand to respond to emails. Just a link sitting in a description, working around the clock. Amazon's affiliate program is the most well-known, but almost every major company has one. Some pay 3%, some pay 50%. Software companies in particular are famous for paying out large commissions because their products are digital. There's no manufacturing cost, so they can afford to be generous. The real power of affiliate marketing is that old videos keep earning long after they were posted. A review video from 3 years ago is still pulling in search traffic today. A tutorial filmed in 2021 is still ranking on Google right now. Every view is another chance for a click. Every click is another chance for a sale. The creator is asleep. The link is not. Number 1, selling your own products. Every other method on this list involves a middleman. YouTube takes a cut of ads. Brands control the sponsorship budget. Affiliate programs set the commission rate. But when a creator sells their own product, they own everything. The pricing, the profit, the customer. An online course, a book, a physical product, software, a preset pack, a template. Whatever it is, the profit margin is entirely theirs to control. This is why the creators who build the most wealth are almost always selling something they made themselves. A course that took 2 months to create can sell for $100. If 5,000 people buy it, that's $500,000 from something they built once. The YouTube channel becomes the engine. The product is the destination. Every video is a free advertisement pointing viewers towards something the creator actually owns. And unlike ad revenue, it doesn't vanish when YouTube changes its algorithm. The platform shifts, budgets dry up, but a product a creator owns, that stays. Here's what most people never think about. The biggest creators in the world aren't just entertainers. They're running full businesses. They've stacked multiple income streams on top of each other so that no single platform, no single brand, and no single algorithm can ever take them down. But building that kind of setup doesn't happen by accident. There's a specific order in which the smartest creators build these streams, and most people get it completely backwards. Starting with the wrong one first can waste years of effort. And the number one mistake new creators make when trying to monetize, almost nobody talks about it. That answer is a lot more surprising than most people expect.